Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. I am so excited to be with you this evening, and I hope that you are as well. Hey, do this favor for me. Please make sure that you tag someone. Go ahead and call your friends and family and let them know that you're about to spend the next hour with Miss Coco McMillan and her guests. The Coco McMillan Show is set up for you, for entertainers, for people that's working in social media, for physical and mental health experts, anyone that has any working in that area. You need to come and see me to be on the show. You can reach me at Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. Again, that's Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. This show is all about helping each other. You know, I wanted to do this platform for many people that didn't have an opportunity to be on a platform or to introduce their music, to introduce their business. So this is your opportunity to do that. Make sure that you contact me at Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. I have some wonderful guests that's coming up this evening as well as next week. Guys, let me tell you, next week is Black Expo USA Olympic Week. It's going to be amazing. We have over 110 speakers next week. It starts June the 7th through the 13th. Again, that's June the 7th through the 13th. Every day, we will have a different speaker. And Thursday night, yes, Thursday night is my night, the Coco McMillan Show. My topic for that evening will be Elite Women of Essence. And I have some amazing women that's going to come on the show and talk to you about their wonderful journey, how it is to be an amazing elite woman. It's going to be epic. So please make sure you join us that entire week. And I want to challenge you with something today before I bring on my guests. I want to challenge you. That week of Black Expo, we are raising scholarship funds money for graduating seniors, K through 12 entrepreneurs. We're raising money to provide them laptops and computers. So please, if there's anything that you can give, I don't care if it's $5, if it's $1, if it's $300, if it's $1,000, we need your help. We need your help to donate to this scholarship fund to help our graduating seniors, to supply them with computers and laptops. So please, you can either cash out me here at $ Sean McMillan, or you can send it directly to www.blackbusinessexpo.com/scholarship. Again, that's www.blackbusinessexpousa. I'm sorry about that. blackbusinessexpousa.com/scholarship. And we'll have that information, on the screen running a little later. Please make sure that you go out and donate to to these children so they can have laptops and computers. So I just wanted to let you know that it's going to be fabulous. Make sure you join me. But tonight, I have some family and friends on with me tonight. I hope that you're excited. You still have time to go and tag someone to let them know this is the place that you need to be right now. If not, you're going to miss some important information from some important people. My first guest I want to introduce tonight, it's a good friend. I met him last year, and it just seems like I've been knowing this man forever. His name is Christopher Bruce. He is originally from Denver, Colorado, but he grew up in Syracuse and now lives in Wilmington, Delaware. He is the owner of the video and audio production studio called King Creative. It's located downtown Wilmington, Delaware, Market Street. It is a full scale video production company, audio recording studio, and is specialized in connecting with your audience through the development, production, delivery of content gear for TV, social media, online, and streaming platforms. He is absolutely amazing. I say this because I've had a chance to work with him this last year when he was working on, and he still is working on, the in front video production. It's going to be amazing. One other thing about Chris is that he was the mascot, and I know that he's going to talk about this later. He was the mascot for the University of Delaware. He performed there several times. He was the mascot. So I think that's very interesting. And maybe he can tell us a little bit about that as well when he comes on. So help me welcome my guest, Mr. Christopher Bruce.
Oh, wow. So what an intro. You really, did you remember all that? That was all off the top of your head, right? You weren't reading any of that for sure, right?
It's off the top of my head.
Yeah, you know what?
Is that good?
No, Coco, it's so good to see you, and just spend some quality time here virtually to share and connect with your audience and have some fun. But thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Man, I am so excited. When I sent the invitation out to you, and when you told me that you had a schedule, something was booked, I think a video production already booked. But when you texted me back and said I was able to move it, you better be lucky I like you.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I have a great relationship with the friend/client we were going to be shooting some content with tonight. We were able to adjust their schedule to be on with you guys here tonight. So it all worked out.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because I know that you are busy, a very busy young man. And I see that you're there in the studio. I love the background. Amazing. I love that.
We got this dramatic lighting thing happening right now, right? The sun is setting on the East Coast. I know we're a little further east than you, so you might have a little more light than we do right now. But it's a beautiful thing, and we're just enjoying it. So, yeah, lots of good stuff to talk about. You talked about my mascot background, and that is an interesting part of it. I, went to school to become a doctor. I was pre-med to start, believe it or not. And then I became the mascot at the University of Delaware. And I always joked, my mom would tell people that she sent her son off to college to become a doctor, and he came home a stuffed animal. So, I don't know if I made her proud or what that was, but it led to so many opportunities that honestly kind of set me off in a career full of entertainment, working in sports. And, I formerly was working with the guy that was the original Philly fanatic. So the big green fuzzy Muppet for the Philadelphia Phillies, world renowned, one of the most popular mascots in all of sports, and learned from him and a number of others that worked in professional sports. So well beyond college, and actually was the mascot, did stuff for the Eagles, was the Washington Wizards. I had my own touring sports entertainment act for about 20 years, and we went everywhere and performed in all kinds of environments. So, a lot of fun to be had there.
That is amazing. And so, tell me about you growing up. I know that you grew up you was originally from Denver, and you grew up in Syracuse. So tell me a little bit about you growing up. How was it growing up? Did you know that you wanted to be in, productions and things like that? And how was that growing up?
Well, I mean, the best part about growing up is that I got bigger. So we started with that, and I was born in Denver, so that's where we started. And but I was pretty young when we moved to Syracuse, New York. So that's really where I grew up. And the production thing I always loved people, and I always loved engaging. Whether I was in a room full of my mom's friends or wherever it was, I was very social that way, and just enjoyed connecting. Right, I've always kind of had that kind of part of me, and it was very empathetic that way, and just like to kind of connect on a human level, and all these things. And especially I think that mascot experience kind of really lit a switch or a little fire in me, took it to a whole nother level, and gave me confidence to be able to do that, not just in a costume, but out. And that really is kind of led to, like I said, so many things. So when I was a kid, I was very much an athlete. I was just involved in a lot of different things. So I was well-rounded, right? So I was in Model UN, and I was very involved in art classes, and very involved in, every sport you can imagine. So it was a nice, well-rounded, upbringing, great family, great support. and it just allowed me to kind of become who I am and be free to take chances and make mistakes and all that kind of good stuff.
Wow. That's so you never thought about going back to be a doctor?
I figured at this point, laughter is medicine too, right? So I'm going to use other forms of healing to support people and kind of have honed that in a way that I just, it's obviously a part of who I am and what I love to do. And you and I have had a lot of experiences together now, and it feels like we've known each other so much longer than we have, because I can't really imagine it in any other way, right? So it's been fun.
It's been amazing, and that's what I said earlier. Like, it just feel like I've been knowing, I guess, that the connection, and then you're so amazing at what you do. There at King Creative. Tell us about King Creative. How did you get started with the company? I mean, what gave you the idea?
Yeah, I appreciate it. So King Creative was an evolution. I had a business previously called Bruce Productions, was the first kind of launch into my own business and entrepreneurial side, feeding that part of my spirit, having worked with Raymond Entertainment Group, which was with the guy that was the original Philly Fanatic. And I'd always had interest in theater and video, film, other types of production. And it wasn't really an interest that he shared. So that's essentially one of the real big driving forces as to why I ultimately left and started my own thing. So with Bruce Productions, I was doing video and film projects. I was helping, with events and again, connecting with audiences in a variety of ways, whether I was writing theatrical shows for various level audiences, did a lot of children's programming, among other things, and was able to just kind of try a bunch of stuff, give a lot of things a chance. And we, kind of evolved that business into King Creative a couple of years ago, when I had an opportunity to move downtown into Wilmington to open up a new space. And the King Creative was kind of an elevation of the brand. Bruce Productions was very much a family name, but King Creative was something that we were able to create, develop, and now I think have a good chance to scale and grow. And in that blue lion that you see in the logo ties back to my family history. And you'll see it in our crest with the Bruce family, crest, the Scottish heritage and all that good stuff. So it's, there's a cool brand story there. And King, content is king. Lions are king of the jungle.
Yes.
And the Bruce family name in Scotland, if you know anything about that, Robert the Bruce was the original king of Scots. So it all ties back to that. And, we just now have a great opportunity to help people create content, connect with their audiences. And whether that's through music or film or a TV series or a web series or even just a commercial or some other creative concept, we enjoy that process. We enjoy getting lost in their worlds.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And you know what? And you said something when you talk about creativity, by working with you for the last year, you're so creative, your mind, the way you think and how you put things together. I know that you have worked with a lot of people besides ourselves, in front. I think you were working on like a TV show when we were doing some things like that. I think you also worked with maybe the Biden campaign. Name some of the people that you have worked with that come over to the studio.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice variety, right? And that's kind of what I was alluding to is like, we're not just, we're not one of those companies that just does one thing, right? The variety is such an important part of keeping the creative energy flowing. New challenges, new opportunities all lead to, challenging yourself and allowing you to continue to be fluid creatively. And we have a couple things coming up. There's one project in particular that we're getting started on and are starting to gain some traction. And it's called Calling on Harriet. And this project is all inspired by Harriet Tubman, but it's a really interesting take on her legacy. And it's an episodic piece where we're going to have a host go and meet with historians, finding stories that maybe haven't been told quite this thoroughly, getting into the nooks and crannies of those history books and pulling out some of the real history. Because there's a lot of myth around Harriet Tubman, and the truth is better than fiction in some ways, especially in this case. And we're going to do some historic reenactments. We're going to allow the viewer to come along with us and imagine what it would have been like maybe for her as we reenact some of these stories that we uncover along the way. There's going to be original music involved, and it's going to be a really meaningful series. We're really excited about it. We're just getting started. And again, it's called Calling on Harriet, as we will call on her to guide us, to inspire us, and it's going to be a really cool project.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. I cannot wait until it comes out. When do you think that it will be? What do you think the timeline will be?
Well, I mean, like I said, we're just going into production. There is a promo. There's a teaser you can take a look at. If you go to the King Creative website, there is something there that you can look at. You can also go to callingonharriet.com, and there's some really basic information there, a little bit of information about our host, Jackie Murray, and just the whole concept in general. But we're looking for collaborators. We're looking to build a coalition of creatives, of historic groups, of people that want to help fuel this forward. So we're really at a stage now where we're open arms, welcoming people to join us, make it happen.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm seeing some of the comments. I think they're going to your page now because they put in the comments, done, thanks.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. It's a meaningful, I'm very passionate about it. I hope you can feel that. And,
yes, absolutely.
But it matters. This is content that matters, right? We're gonna make an impact, and we're going to be able to, I think, inspire a lot of people through this content and do it in a way that's very intentional. It's very purposeful and very true. The team that we have some historians that are very adamant, very, very passionate as well about the truth, and it's like their life's work. So they're engaged, and we're very lucky to have them on the team. And it's just, if nothing else, giving me more excitement behind the project.
Yes. And you said something, the team. How many people do you have on your team working there with you?
Yeah, I mean, we're a relatively small production company. We have a handful of people on, full time, and then we work collaboratively with a lot of others in the area, scaling up for various productions as needed, whether they're sound engineers or maybe a DP or any number of skill sets. With the recording studio, which we haven't gotten to yet, we obviously have another set of audio engineers and professionals in that space. You're going to be talking to one of my partners on the music side here in a little bit, Herb Middleton, the amazing Herb Middleton. So that's exciting. And we're just excited. The King Creative music side is a little bit of a newer element for me personally. It's something I've always been passionate about, but we've been cultivating it now for the last couple of years, and really finding people like Herb, working with incredible artists like yourself and the rest of In Front has been amazing. And I can't imagine, I mean, I love it. It's part of kind of becoming who I am, and it just feeds another part of my soul that I truly do enjoy. And we're writing original music. I'm a writer as well, and I've been writing for a long time, but this is another way to channel that talent and that creativity. And we're just getting started.
You are a man with many hats, I tell you. With that said, there's two more questions I need to ask you.
Yeah, please.
I have someone in the chat that's asking, how do folks get involved with the project I think that you were talking about earlier, or any other projects as well?
Yeah, well, with the Calling on Harriet project, there is a page on the website. You can fill that out where you can, just send us a message, let us know who you are in whatever your interest might be, and we'll respond to that, and we can connect that way. So that's the easiest way to learn more about Calling on Harriet. So please just go to the website, fill that out, and we can kind of take it from there on that. And in terms of King Creative, same thing. If you go to the main kingcreative.com website, there's another online form. We try to make it very simple. You can also send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, any of those types of things. And, we'd be happy to connect and kind of chat and kind of go from there.
Amazing. This is wonderful, because I have so many questions that's coming through the chat here. But I know I need to bring on another person, but I want to ask you one thing, Chris, so you work with the video, you're working on the music side, you're so creative, you're talented, working with the artists, or I'm going to say a particular artist in front. I already know the answer, but what was your biggest challenge working with In Front? What was your challenge?
Well, man, keeping you guys on time. But the reality, that was going to be the answer, right? It's like, we have, anytime you have a lot of people, the hardest thing is to keep everybody on task, on time, especially when you're trying to do something with a lot of moving pieces. It's just like anything. Like if you're putting together a family reunion, there's a lot of pieces. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody has like their piece they want to bring to it. But at the end of the day, it's about understanding the goal,
right,
and being able to create a plan that can allow us to get there. Now, you have to be flexible. some people get so stuck to the plan. They're like, no, I have to do it this way. And I've never been that way. I'm a person who loves a plan. I love an outline, but I will be the first one to throw that outline to the side and start a new one if there's something better that pops up. And you have to be flexible.
Yes.
You got to be fluid in your creativity and your direction. And don't be so closed-minded to what could be, because the possibilities are always greater than what you originally set off to if you allow it to kind of shape itself and become what it needs to be.
Right. Well, listen, I appreciate that. I knew the answer. I knew the answer was going to be time. But we appreciate, you just working with us and being, just passionate, and just working and, being understanding, because you're working with 4 women that's like off the chain. Hey, so we thank you for that. But we're going to come
my pleasure. Back. I was a professional idiot for a long time, so I can handle a lot.
You're amazing, Chris. We're going to come back with you. I want to bring on your partner, Herb, for a few minutes and talk to him about some of the things that you're doing. And I'm going to bring you back towards the end. Is that okay? Can you come back?
No, absolutely. I would love to. I'm not going anywhere. I'm along for the ride and happy to jump in when the time makes sense for that with Herb and you. And we'll chat about some things we're working on together.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris. And we're going to talk to you real soon, okay?
My pleasure.
Thank you. Yes, that was Mr. Christopher Bruce, amazing guy. Anything that you need in entertainment, video, studio, whatever ideas, that's the guy. This next guy, his partner, is a multi-platinum and Grammy nominated producer, songwriter, arranger. He has wrote many songs and produced for Usher, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, SWV, Total, featuring Biggie Smalls, Nas, Will Smith, Al Green, Ann Nesby, Kenny Lattimore, Glenn Jones, Phyllis Hyman. In front, this guy is like the producer, I would say the producer of the year. He's amazing. Herb Middleton. He is a world renowned multi-platinum recording producer. For 26 years, he's been in the music industry. He's a man of faith. I love it. He's a dedicated husband. I love it. He's a father. I love it. And a grandfather. He was born and raised in the South Bronx, New York. As a youngster, he naturally adapted an ear for beats. He can drop those beats like crazy, okay? And he's cold on the bass guitar. Let me go ahead and bring on my friend, Mr. Herb Middleton. Let's bring him on.
What's up, Coco?
Herb, what's the word, Herb? What's the word?
Oh, shoot, you sound like Tia right there.
I know. It is so funny because you guys, if we don't identify ourselves, you would say, who is this? Because all of us kind of sound alike. So
yeah.
What's up, Herb? The word, man. What's going on?
Coco, God is so good, just first.
Yes.
And I don't say that like a cliche. Like, without God, I just got over COVID.
Yes.
So, yeah, my wife and children, my daughter, actually. So I'm just glad to be here.
Wow. And I hope you guys hear that. He said he just got over COVID and he's here with us today. And, I'm a witness to that because we were just in Wilmington, Delaware a couple of weeks ago. Well,
yeah.
That's right. And we were recording a video. We was finishing up the video and Herb couldn't make it to the session because he had COVID. But we know that he was in there, mind, body, and soul and spirit, praying for us. So we are so glad that you're doing well and that you're healthy. You're looking good. You're back to business. You're back working, all that good stuff. So tell us about you, Herb. Growing up, you grew up in the Bronx. When did you know you had this thing for music, man?
I knew it when my brother, God rest him, I knew it when he said, Herb, you should learn how to play the bass. Actually, before that, my parents bought us both drum sets. Of course, he got the better drum set. I got the Mickey Mouse one. But I did what I had to do to learn rhythm, and then eventually, my brother, he took me to a concert to tell you how long ago this was. It was Black Ivory on the ticket,
Okay.
BT Express, and Kool and the Gang at the Apollo Theater. And I was a little guy. And when I saw Kool, they played one of their songs with Summer Madness.
Mm-hmm.
So the bass line to that, it's just like as a child, I was impacted by that. So got home, I started picking up the broom and acting like it was a bass until my brother said, you should learn how to play the bass. And then that was the beginning. I learned how to play the bass in like months. And that was, the rest is like history.
Wow. Yeah, you cold on that bass now. You cold on that bass. So, growing up, playing the bass, working in the music industry, how did you connect on that level to work with great artists like, Sean Puffy Combs, Mary J. Blige, Faith, SWB? How did that come about?
Well, it started out with my first placement was with Bobby Brown. A mutual friend of Teddy Riley and mine sent my music to Teddy, and he sent for me, and I went to Virginia to work with him. I was going down there to be a producer, and they asked me could I write, so I ended up writing this song for Bobby Brown. When I came back, I aligned with this company called Download Productions, and my first single was Telling Me Stories by Big Bub from Today, the group.
Yes.
Yeah. That was my first production hit, and then at the time, Puff was just leaving Uptown, so I got a call, and I tell the story all the time. I got a call. I went to my house, and my mother said, "Somebody named Poofy called you." And I'm like, "Poofy?" I was like, "You mean Puffy?" So I put together, met with him in Uptown. Next thing you know, we was working before Bad Boy was even born. We was working at his house in Scarsdale. Next thing you know, we had a deal, and that's when it started with Usher. Went to Atlanta, worked at Dallas Austin Studio, Faith, and all that. And that's when it jumped off.
Wow. So did you have, working with some of these artists, did you have any challenges? Was there everything was just kind of smooth sailing?
You know the answer to that, Coco. We talking about the music industry. Woo! I had challenges. But you know what I feel like, honestly, like every challenge that I did have, it made me better. Because now that I know I've had some crazy challenges, and so now still being in the business, I learned how to be, like my partner said, being flexible.
Right.
Being flexible is a good thing because you don't have to feel like you're doing something or something is in the wrong timing if you have to realign yourself or reassert yourself. You know what I'm saying? So being flexible is a good thing to have as a producer because you get some moments of total real serious test.
I know. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Ooh.
And with that, especially, you working one-on-one with the artist and, you may have an ideal and they may have an ideal. Who ideal you gonna go with? Theirs or yours?
I may need therapy after this interview.
I know it had to be challenging, but I thank God that He made you who you are, to be able to understand and and to be like flexible as Chris was saying earlier and to understand. But one thing I want to say, just like I was saying with Chris, it feels like I've been knowing you forever and it's only really been a year. And I want to give kudos and a shout out to Cynthia Tired. That was the young lady that kind of put everything together and, made the connection.
Synthesizer.
We call it synthesizer.
Synthesizer.
Brought it together and then the chemistry just came. I remember you was on that call with us, the Zoom call that we had, and you said that you wanted to work together, you wanted to do some music, and Cynthia kind of brought everybody together. We had a chance to go up and meet you. Then we started rolling. We were doing one song, and then we started.
They had no idea. Oh my God! Like,
So when you first met first met us, what was your first impression? What did you think?
when I first met you on the Zoom call, I was like, it was just like so organic. It was like you said, it was like I knew you for a long time.
Yeah.
And when Cynthia first told me about you, it was really I was really coming on a different level of business.
Hmm.
But the more we talked, the more I was like, yo, this feels so right. And
Yeah.
having worked with female groups before,
Yeah.
then I heard y'all sing, and I heard you sing Coco first because I think I was on an interview with I think it was Allison Williams' birthday.
Allison Williams'
It was her
birthday.
birthday,
Yes.
and you sang, and I'm like, who was that?
That's the first.
Not knowing that I was going to meet you the next day or
Yeah.
whatever, and you were one of Gerald Diverse background singers. So things just came together,
It
and
did.
it's just like it's magical. Like y'all are mine, man.
I know yeah, I'm telling you, it's like we met, the connection, was there. And as we started off, you wanted to do um a dedication, it was a dedication to Gerald. And I know, and it was also dedicated to your father, correct?
Well, I didn't know. Here's another weird thing. This is like confirmation for me because when I approached y'all with the idea, they always like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. And so when y'all said when his birthday was, I had to say, excuse me, what day did y'all say?
Yeah.
So state September 7 on July 13th
13.
was his birthday. And I was like, that's my father's birthday. He would have been 100 years old this last
Wow.
year. And I was like, okay, that's a sign. I'm 100 in. I'm 100% in. And we
Yeah.
just before came up with the music, produced it.
Yeah.
And when y'all came up, it was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. This is it right here.
That was it.
This
Yes.
is it. This is the
Yes.
beginning of a great beginning.
Yes, and hopefully Mark has the video back. We're gonna play a little bit of the video a little later that you produced, and as well as Chris. The other thing I want to say, you have your record label that you have going on now, Moontown.
Yeah, yeah,
Moontown, tell us about Moontown Records,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Moontown Records actually, it's Moontown Records and Publishing. I basically created the company to be a company that would really focus on working with building a team of great songwriters.
Hmm.
Because you could have great artists all day, but I know right now at this time in the area of business, the most important thing I'm focusing on is advertisement and film. And then everything else kind of comes after, like building careers, working with developing artists at the same time. So I'm
Right.
kind of like on the outskirts of what in Moontown is like, and ultimately I came up with the name because I wanted to do music that would be timeless. I wanted to like in front. I wanted to produce artists that believed in soul and even whatever genre you are, that you just have something that is so dope that it'll be around for years. So Moontown is I came up with the name, a little inspiration from Motown, and just put it like bringing things to the next level of how to treat people, how to treat songwriters, how to treat artists. We hear the horror stories from years from different artists, how they've been
Right.
like treated this way. And I was like, you know what? I want to leave a legacy that you can be good to people. You can treat people respectfully. You don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to have everything and they be left with two pennies. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
Right.
Hometown Records is about. And I'm happy, I'm excited. We got some great things coming along, as you already know. And yeah.
Hey, of course. And I think like we've been to, well, before I say that, are you looking, because there's a question that came in the chat there, are you looking for artists or writers or things, if they want to get in touch with you are you?
Always looking for new songwriters. And before I even go any further, without my partner Chris Bruce, none of this would be possible. Like I wouldn't be able to, just to have that guy in my life, another blessing to be able to facilitate and serve and open the doors and do the video. So I just have to like really pay homage. So he said he's a professional. What you call it? That was crazy what he said. I'm gonna remember that.
The mascot.
I'm gonna look at this all over again. So yeah, always looking for new talent. For the most part, more so songwriters. But
Okay.
if I find a songwriter that's dope as an artist, got the head on straight, and this is a business. You got to think business minded. You got to think more than music, and I think more than music. Even though I love it, I'm always thinking about how to do things, create platforms for the music versus creating music for the platform.
Right. I love that. That'll preach right there. That'll preach right there. And Herb, it's you like a brother to me, man. You know that, right?
First day we was fighting. Tell me about that, Coco.
Well, why? Okay, you have to tell him why the first day were we fighting?
We was fighting for the first day because I like, where's Coco? I came in and I was like, I do hugs. I do friendly hugs. And she was like straight, and I'm not exaggerating. I wish we had the tape rolling. That's what she did. And because she has this thing, well, she, disinfecting and, sanitizing. She's the sanitized queen, y'all. If you don't know that, you're going to find out you be in her presence.
Oh my God.
You're going to be holy and pure after you have a session with Coco.
Herb, you gotta understand. And I kept telling you, it's nothing personal. It's not. That's just me. And then with COVID, it was during COVID.
Right.
I was already like that, but when COVID came, it was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I remember in the studio booth after every one of us, after the girls, we would come out. I would go in and start spraying the sanitizer, and they would come out coughing. They was like, Coco, please.
Right. Not only them, me.
But listen, you gotta love it because I was just keeping it 100. Then he was like, all right, Coco.
But I appreciate it. Now, I guess who appreciates it more than ever?
You.
You see, I got mine down in the studio. Like.
Right. Yeah, so I'm excited about just about working with you and the things that we have coming up. As I said earlier, we was coming up to work on the second video for Love Like This. That's gonna. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
Just a little. Okay.
For y'all that's watching, I'm gonna give you a little taste. This song is the smash. Like this record is the smash. I wouldn't call it. This is Infront's official first single. We'll talk about it later when Chris come on.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm trying to keep it. I'm just trying not to say anything about it. So during this process too, Herb, we had a chance to, I think, kind of bring on, when we was doing the teams, bring on someone else, and to bring them on the team to kind of help be the mediator there between us.
Right.
Us and you. And we've been knowing this guy for forever because he, worked with Joel Levert. He was Joel Levert's road manager. He worked with Snoop Dogg. He worked with Mickey Howard. Glenn Jones, all these wonderful people, and just a great guy across the board. I want to bring him up just for a few minutes. Mr. A.B. Walker, if he's here, can you go ahead and bring him up?
A.B.
Hello.
Hey, A.B.
What's up?
Right there.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful. I was just telling Herb, how Herb and I, the girls we met, and then how you just came in to be the peace mediator between the girls and AB. And Herb. So AB, tell us a little bit about you. we don't have much time, but we know that you're from Canton, Ohio. But what was some of the kind of work that you do, and just in
Well,
general?
I do a little bit about. I do a little of everything, as far as production, booking acts, doing entertainment consultant, and things like that, and along with road manager and tour manager. Yeah,
You said okay, along with role manager. Now I know you work with Gerald. You was
road
Gerald.
manager, road manager, and tour management.
Okay, and who are some of the people that you've worked with?
Work with, of course, like you said, Gerald Levert, Mickey Howard. Uh, I work with a lot of people in different capacities. I work with Snoop. I've been on many tours, from Kid Rock to Lil Wayne, Chris Brown,
Yeah,
Fantasia, Charlie Wilson. The list
yeah.
goes on.
It goes on. I told someone the other day, I said, now, how many African American people that you know go to Kazakhstan? You had a chance to go to Kazakhstan, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Central Asia. I put together a little jazz show over there for a guy that was opening up in the jazz club in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
Okay, awesome. So, working with all that you have done and that you're doing now, and working with Herb and in front, tell
Yeah.
us, how is it working with? Well, let me see. Who do I want to say first? Well, first, let me say Herb. How is it working with Herb? Let me do that.
Oh, Herb is great. Me and him get along. We talk several times a day. It'll be about in front and how to keep you ladies in check and keep everybody calm, because we're working on a big project here and we want it right. So,
Right.
and we have a good time,
That's good.
discussing
Now,
different business opportunities.
okay, so but now how is it with in front?
Oh, I get along with everyone great. I think I've been knowing Serena the longest,
Mhm.
and I get along with everybody great. I don't know how y'all get along with me behind the scenes when y'all together.
You don't want to know because you always pulling out the whip, Herb, and he always pulling out the whip. Like we're not with Gerald anymore. Why are you pulling out the whip?
No, it's not like that. I know everyone's talent, and I just, I'm about business. That's what AB stands for, about business. So, and that's how I am. I've always been like that.
We
I
know that
know
business.
that, I know, but when you're dealing with a situation, Herb, and I'll tell you this, you dealing with a situation that if we're getting dressed for the show, okay, and we are in one of those trailers, maybe I wish I had my girl Tia. I wish I
Well,
had my girl Tia is on here because she can really tell the story. We are on the trailer trying to get dressed. We getting dressed or whatever. But Tia!
Oh no. Hey, Tia.
You
What
on
up?
mute. You on mute. You on mute, Tia. Oh,
Okay.
I didn't even know that
Hey
she was over
y'all.
here.
What's up,
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Tia?
listening. AB, you should see my faces that I was making.
I, when she brought Tia on, I'm like, oh boy.
But Tia, I was telling him, do you remember when we was at that? I don't know what concert it was, but we was in the trailer.
Oh, when we
We
was in
was in
the trailer, yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we were
The
getting
guys went
dressed.
out. Yeah. The
Huh?
guys went out, didn't tell us nothing.
Right. So the guys went out, didn't say anything. We in there getting dressed, so we thought we had a lot of time. So we in there sitting down eating chicken wings, laughing, laughing and carrying on. All we heard was bap, 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 bap.
I swear you fell in
AB,
that door. You fell through the
AB
door.
Walker come in there like Ike Turner on
Oh
wheels.
wow.
Get y'all behind to that.
Woo, we was flying.
Scared because of his, he was just so dramatic. So we running out of there with one shoe on, running to the stage, and we was like almost feel like a mile from the stage, and we running.
Wow.
And then we get there, and it wasn't even time to go on.
But he made sure we was on. He made sure we was on it though.
But he made sure we was on time.
Uh-huh.
I know how you ladies are. When y'all get in the dressing room, y'all joke around, always eating, and not focusing on the time.
Ooh. Hey.
Well,
you gotta eat. Hey.
You gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
Right?
Yeah. You gotta eat.
But AB, we appreciate, we appreciate
yes, we do.
keeping us straight and everything. There is Chris. Yes.
Hey, Chris.
I'm just finishing these wings.
Oh yeah, man, I don't even do that. Sorry.
So, just a side note for a second, that for the ones out there is watching, you got to understand, if you're in any type of entertainment, this is what happened. This is what goes on. You have a team. You have challenges, you have good times, you have bad times, you have good moments. And this is the thing about coming together to talk about it, because that's how it works, being a family. Yep. And when I saw Chris, Chris, I was thinking about what you were saying earlier, Tia. I don't know if you heard him when I asked him what was the challenge, with In Front. And he was like, being on time.
Just keeping it all going. We did pretty well. Hey, that last shoot for Love Like This, we were like clockwork, so I was proud of us.
Yay.
Herb, AB, can y'all give us a pat on the back for that?
It was good. They were good.
Yeah.
Props.
we did good.
Her, what's the word? I need to say her, what's the word?
What's up to you? What's good? What's going on?
Chilling.
We in the
hey,
building.
Chris.
Hey, T, I see you popping in on us. All right.
And that was funny. I
see
wish
my
I had Tia here.
Oh my God.
She popped in. But, okay. So, Herb, Chris, tell us and the viewers what's getting ready to happen with In Front.
Oh, man.
So much. First of all, In Front is Chris. Could I show him?
Hey man, show him what do you got to show him? You got some little product perhaps? I don't know.
Yeah. Hold up.
Yes.
So In Front is more than just an incredibly talented group. It is a brand.
Yeah, it's a brand.
Wow.
And what does that brand stand for?
I am in front.
In front.
In front, right?
Front.
So just like you all took a step from the back and owned your spotlight up front as women, and as all of us should own it, right? We're all in front. We're celebrating women in power. You've got a VP right now, a woman vice president. What better time to celebrate the endless potential of what women are, will be, and always were?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the season where not only does In Front take the front seat as far as in their career, they come to the center stage, the front stage. It's also they are an inspiration to those who may have given up on their career.
Yeah.
Because they hit 30. They hit 35.
Well, hold on a second. No, Herb, none of them are 30. What are you talking about?
Right. I just wanted to start there. Because actually, the music industry could make you feel like when you hit 25, you're over.
Yeah.
But In Front is a living testimony and inspiration, and will be to the world, that no matter how old you are, don't give up on your dreams. And so they represent In Front of the music industry. But this clothing line that we have, In Front Fashion, represents women in politics, women, mothers, grandmothers, nurses, because
Teachers,
women,
executives,
y'all,
lawyers,
honestly,
you
you
name
got to
it.
give it up. Y'all hold it together. So this
Yeah.
is a salute to y'all, and y'all are in front. We don't mind being in the back seat as long as y'all got your heads together and y'all in front. We cool.
No, it's all good. And honestly, we're excited about In Front as a brand, as a group, everything about it, what it stands for, and then what the quality. We're bringing the music back, and that's something we talked about from the very beginning. And I know Tia and Coco and the rest of the girls, we were talking about that. That was one of the things that you took, from Gerald, and that meant a lot to you guys. Is you wanted to keep it real. You wanted to, you want to keep it honest, and we wanted to bring that quality and that music back. That's important. That's really one of Herb's big missions overall too, is bringing that back, because there's a lot of stuff out there right now that's all formulaic and there's no soul, there's no heart. And we're bringing the music back, and we're extending careers. We're giving people fresh starts because they got a lot of life left, and those spotlights got a lot of juice left in them. We're gonna line them up.
That's awesome. So with the brand, with the t-shirts, are you guys going to be selling the t-shirts? Possibly if somebody wants to purchase one?
No, absolutely. So those are and will be available. We have an initial run that we created right now because we're putting out this music video, which is essentially going to be the launch of the brand and the clothing line as well. So that'll all be coming out very soon. But you can kind of stay tuned to that. Look at the In Front social media channels. We're also going to be putting something out at womeninfront.com. That's not live yet, but that is one of our sites that you're going to be able to see that. And just, again, reach out to us if you want to get involved in this. We're also looking to kind of generate some user content, people that want to step into that light themselves, maybe even get one of our initial run of shirts and send a video of them wearing it and owning it and being proud to be a woman in front.
Oh, wow. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So what are some of the other ideas? I know you can't tell us everything. We know you got the t-shirt. Is there going to be any other product maybe? Maybe a coffee cup with my name on it?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, Herb, right? The possibilities are endless. So it's not just going to be shirts. It could be everything, anything you can imagine. So fashion, accessories, clothing, so on and so forth. And, who knows? Maybe we even sell flags that'll stick on the moon. I mean, we're coming up with all kinds of ideas. We got Moon Town after all, right? We got to project that In Front logo on the moon.
Wow.
And the Back to the Core movement, In Front. Back to the Core is basically what Chris was saying. It's a movement that I started to bring us back to the point where music has substance. It has love. It has a little pain, but it has healing. But ultimately, it's a project and a tour that I am in the process of constructing. And I got A.B. Walker working with me, and I got Chris supporting. And there's people like Glenn Jones a part of it. Obviously, I work with Allison Williams, and there's other people that I'm going to invite that I have great songs to be a part of it. And it's like, I think for the most part, the industry is run by millennials, and I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying that we ain't over yet. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. Hey, look, I'm not going to say my age or anything, but I will say that my age is in. Listen, after we shoot the video and do all that, now my age show, I'm tired.
You can't see it in the video, though.
No, it looks great. And I'm telling you, Coco T, you haven't even seen the latest rough cut of this video. It's crazy. You guys are going to love it. And everybody at home watching, just wait till you see this thing. It's amazing. This track, by the way, I mean, Herb, you crushed it. Producing this track. Obviously, the ladies did that thing in the studio. But man, it is fire. Like it's a launch pad, is what it is, and it is the first real single. This is In Front's true debut single.
Yes.
Nice.
So,
and there's more where that came from.
Oh, no doubt. Just getting started.
Ready to book them shows because it's about to be on. And on top of that, so we had our first one was Never Another You, which we're going to go out on that video. Mark is going to play that video as we're going out, Never Another You. Then we had Come Together. I heard The new cut of Come Together, the remix, is going to be amazing when people hear it. Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes.
Yeah, we
And
giving
then,
that away. We giving that away. We're
okay.
gonna be giving that
Nice.
away just so y'all just as a gift. And then also like, let me just say this. These ladies, whoever's watching, not only they are great singers, they are great songwriters. Like each one of them, and each one of them, they always have a verse. That's the formula in front.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing like working with great songwriters. And they don't write like, I mean, and not to be disrespectful. They don't write like they are 35. And even on top of that, Chris writing skills is off the chain too. We just got, our team is dope. AB Walker, like I'm so excited that we have a unit, that there's no egos, that we
Yeah.
all work
Right.
together for the common goal. We putting in, we see this vision, and we moving hard body with it. So I'm excited.
Yes, yes. And
Nice.
that's what I love about you guys, just working together even with the challenges. At the end of
Hmm.
the day, we all have a goal to meet, and that's about getting the music
Yeah.
done, getting it done. And
Hmm.
and for it to
Mhm.
be out there to help somebody else so people can appreciate. We need to bring the old school back, some real, like Herb say, back to the core. We're
Back to the
bringing it
core.
back to the core. So I really appreciate you guys being on here. Tia, I am loving those glasses,
Yeah,
girl.
Tia, look
Girl, I
at
can
you.
She's
see.
always got those shit. You
What
know,
we
she's
doing?
always
What
got
we
those glasses.
doing?
I can see. I can see. I can
And
see. She.
so I appreciate that. Thank you, Chris. For everything that you bring to the table. Her man, you're amazing. AB, get ready to work. Don't pull out the whip on us, because when we start these tours, we will
AB
be on
Joe.
time. Look at Ike. He looking so serious. You
I
can
did. He was looking all serious.
No, you know what? I was on mute, and yeah. Don't worry, don't worry. I got you.
it's so Tia, girl, stay beautiful, stay humble. What you're doing a great job with. Hey guys, Tia's gonna be coming out with a cooking program, so y'all have to stay tuned to that, because the girl can
Really?
cook, she can burn. So
Really?
look, somebody can sing and cook. Ain't that all right?
Yeah.
Also, Stacy and Sharina is not on here, but Stacy is doing an amazing job. She has a business where
She's
she
doing.
goes out. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Tia.
she's doing like musically. She has girls, and she's working with musically, which
Yep.
is girls from Ohio, all over musically talented. And then she's also doing the business, her business, where she's doing like lunches for people.
Yeah.
That's her other new business that she's doing. So, like, you
Yeah.
call her and she'll set it up for you, and you just go and
Yeah.
enjoy yourself.
It's amazing. You can
Yeah.
have fun outside in the park for two.
Right.
Serena is doing
Right.
some great things. She got a food truck that
Yep.
she's starting up.
Oh,
So
man.
we're all excited that we're not only singers, but entrepreneurs too. And
Hmm.
that's for all of us. So let's just keep
Hmm.
it going.
Hmm.
But what I want to say to you guys, thank you so much. I want to,
Thank you.
as we go out, I want to play the video that Herb Middleton produced, Never Another You, also produced by Christopher Bruce. They did an amazing job with this video. It's dedicated to Joel Levert during his passing. So we just wanted to put something together for him, in which Herb said it came out on July the 13th. So we're going to go out with that. We thank everybody for watching the show. Chris, Herb, Tia, AB, I love you with all my heart.
Love you
Thank you
too.
again
Thank you. Love
for being
y'all.
out here. Yes, for all the listeners, thank you for watching the show. We want to leave you with this video. Just know that the best is yet to come for
Yeah.
everyone. Trust in the Lord with all thy
Amen.
heart. Lean not to
Yeah.
thy own
Yes.
understanding. Acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. God bless you.
Amen.
We love you. Check out this video.
Amen.
Hey, stay awesome, everybody. A lot of fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Hey y'all remember that time when Gerald used to tell us to make it clever? He used to tell us to always make it make sense. And he used to say, and my background sang, and my background sang. We couldn't imagine a life without him. Yeah. This song is dedicated to all the Gerald fans. We just wanted to keep the legacy going. We're called In Front. Listen. Think about the time that we used to sing the melody with that smile on your face. It gave me these amazing grace. I used to laugh and the talk, the way you was on stage, you wore a pause to listen when we were down. Kept the feet on shallow ground. The spirit, your smile, gee, you know you change your heart around. There's no one like you. There's no one like you. We'll always love you. We'll always love you. Made our dreams come true. Love you. Never love you. Ooh, even though you go, all those memories still live on. We'll never forget you. So the world will know in time and show. The memory of your voice will live on. And we'll always love you. We'll always love you. Yeah. Dreams come true. Never love you. King of the stage, we watch you glide across the floor, commanding our attention and kept us wanting more. You had a way of making all the ladies stop and stare. They knew you're just a big old teddy bear. We'll always love you. Where you love you. Made our dreams come true. We love you. Jesus, we love you. Showed you care, the way you moved, the clothes you wear, and then you flash those pearly words. You were always out of sight. They looked into those dreamy eyes. You never felt to mesmerize. They always love the things you do. There'll never be another you. The way you loved and showed you care, the way you moved, the clothes you wear, and then you flash those pearly whites. You were always out of sight. They looked into those dreamy eyes. You never felt to mesmerize. They always love the things you do. There'll never be another you.